Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I play the world on GeoGuessr. That is, I play it one state, territory, area, district, province, governorate, county, whatever you call the first level of subdivision of the various countries on planet Earth, one of these at a time. And I have three objectives while doing so. First of all, to see places I've never been to, I probably will never go to. Second, hopefully having some fun while doing so. And thirdly, try to play a perfect game of 25,000 points on GeoGuessr in whatever area I'm in at any given time. If I succeed in doing so, you will not see that area again in this series. And if I fail doing so, it might turn up again at a later date. That said, today we're moving into an area where I probably will not be able to score 25,000 points. Excuse me. Because we are going into Kyrgyzstan. Now, Kyrgyzstan has plenty of coverage where it's possible to play a perfect game, but not in the region of Batken. Because here there is no contiguous or official Google Street Cam coverage. So it's all photospheres that are submitted by, well, individuals or companies from sort of various random places within the region. And so that means that, usually that means that these locations are quite often not very accurately put. Sometimes you even find that people have located them out here at a 0.0 on the compass out in the Gulf of Guinea. So we cannot really count on being able to do a 25,000 point round here. So I think my first aim will be to hopefully get a 5,000 point round and a single one of those, and then take it from there. But I will probably give this one a green light for not being repeated later, given that it will probably be impossible to make 25,000 points. So that said, Batken has a population of 560,000 odd people, spans 17,000 square kilometers, and the capital is the city of Batken, which has a population of slightly south of 20,000. So it sits up here in the north. And as you can see, Batken is a weird one when it comes to the geography. So Uzbekistan and, now let's see if I got this right. No, not Uzbekistan, but Turk. Trouble with these borders is that it's almost impossible to see where they go. And that's a legacy of the Soviet Union, because you got what is called the Fergana Valley going up here. And the Fergana Valley has been sort of been an ethnic melting pot for absolute generations. And in order to sort of keep people quiet here, the Soviet, the powers that were in the Soviet Union, they made the borders here an absolute nightmare in order to keep people sort of busy not fighting each other. So let's see. So we got this bit here of Tajikistan, like almost spiraling into war, sort of into Kyrgyzstan, and then you got this bit of Uzbekistan as well. So I think both countries have, they've got Tajikistan. Did I say Turkmenistan? If I said Tajikistan, you see here. So, and these enclaves and exclaves all over the place, and it's just mental. But yeah, anyways, mental or not, we'll head into this map and see what we find. I'm kind of curious because quite a lot of these places looked rather spectacular when I put them, or rather when I made the map. So let's see. Just going to copy the link into the document I use for keeping the challenge links in. So you'll find the challenges. I guess I'll be playing more than one map, or more than one game on this map, within the sort of 30 minutes that I usually try to spend on a game. So you'll find those links in the description section of this video. So here we got someone called Melia Taabaldiev. No, Melis, I think it says. It's a little hard to see it down in the corner. It's really tiny. So yeah, someone is at a school. I presume it looks very much like a school. That's probably the PE hall. And then we got the classrooms over here. I would assume. Now, given that this is a photosphere affair, we can't trust the compass either. So those mountains there that are showing to be sort of southwest-west, they could even be in the north for all we know. Yeah, this is definitely a school. You can see they got a grid layout here for the lineup in the mornings, I guess, when they do the roll call or whatever they do. Yeah. So here's, let's see how. So we got 7. How does this work then? So we got 7B and 7V. How does that work? How does your system work, people? So we've got 6A, 6B, 6V, 6G. Oh yeah, okay. Alpha, beta, V, gamma. I've got 7A here, 7B, 7V, 7 gamma, or 7G rather. And it goes on. Okay, so we've got 4 parallels. Okay, fair enough. And a gas main going over the school gate. Must cost an absolute fortune to keep these things intact. I mean, they're all over the former Soviet Union. But yeah, okay, so where are we? Well, we're in Kyrgyzstan. Yep. Well, see, there was quite a lot of stuff going on up here, if I remember correctly. So, and then sort of evenly spread. And then there's a few bits and bobs up in Batken. So let's see, if we assume that the coverage is right, we do have some mountains to the southwest here. So it could like be over here. But those mountains are more like ridges extending away. That doesn't quite fly with what I'm seeing there. Let's have a look at that other. I think it was over here in Kadamjai. Pulgun. That kind of. So here we got sort of more like proper mountains in the area. So let's say that we're in Kadamjai. Well, we were, oh, right, okay, so this is where that blob of coverage was. Let's see how that works with the compass. Where are those mountains? Well, not quite far away. In Kizilkia. Okay. Right, okay. Good luck finding this one. Okay, we got some serious peaks here. Some really serious peaks. Dang. Foreboding, but beautiful. And that is quite the hike you guys have set out on. Look at those. That thing up there. Okay, so I guess we're not entirely up in the very tallest peaks. And of course, I have no idea where this is. So, except over here in Batken. Let's say we're down in the Kyrgyzstan range somewhere. Well, that wasn't so bad. 14 kilometers away. Let's see if we can remember this one. So we are sort of away from the Kyrgyzstan range. I should have tried to remember the one over in Kizilkia as well. Okay. So yes, we got this valley here. This valley is going north-south. And right. Okay. Let's see if it's even possible for me to recall any of this. Now that's a view. So Is that the entrance of a cave? Interesting. How cool. By Sergei Borishenko. Okay. And this looks like a mining operation. I don't think Mother Nature builds terraces that flat. Yeah, that's definitely a mining operation going on here. This is still, whatever they call them. No, still, that is. Still, that's in a distillery. Okay, and interesting design on the houses. They kind of sort of a mix in look between a yurt and something Chinese, actually. That's quite the ridge over there. So, okay, so let's have a look here. So we're looking northeast that way. So we've got a valley going southwest, northeast. It seems, if the compass can be trusted, and at least to start with, I will try and trust the compasses. How about... Well, there's quite likely to be a river running here. Yeah, we got it over there. But no, we need a valley where there's a floor that is fairly flat, but mountains surrounding it. That could be a challenge. Don't see any places sort of immediately suggesting themselves. I don't think we're in Batken. Although, now the river through Batken doesn't run how it's supposed to do. How about here in Shibe? Or maybe even Shigai. Doesn't seem to be any proper towns. Kishtut. We're going to go with Augol, I think, even though that does not look very right at all. But I don't really see anywhere that kind of matches what I'm seeing, so we'll just go with that. Okay, so we were in Kyrgyzstan. Right, in that case, that compass doesn't match at all, and we are at something called Sel Unikur. Okay. Interesting. Kyrgyzstan Cultural Center. Now this could be in Batken. Let's see what clues we get. Just try to read the signs, if at all possible. This is shot by someone called... And that was not easy to read down in the corner there. TV Madaliev or something. It's a little hard to make out. Let's see, Bank Companion. Okay, that doesn't help us. And oh, hang on, but we got mountains here. We got some serious mountains around this town. We got Murgoy Salon. Okay, that probably just means barbershop in whatever. No. Agrovet Apteka. Barka something. Alright, so we got mountains pretty much all around this town, and they are pretty tall. Okay, let's Zoom in again and then let's see. No, we got to find a proper town. So I guess we could this time be in Augul. Except that Augul is not showing us a town, actually. So, oh, there's nothing really suggesting that we are in Batken. Because Batken doesn't have those mountains. How about this Kadamjai this time? Could sort of work, but this is a dual carriageway going through town. And it doesn't have that. And Kizilkia, well, it does have the right side of the road. Also, the road going in the right direction. But it doesn't really have the mountains for it. I would have Shiba, which isn't really a town of any significance, it seems. Algol, no. These are interesting places. How about Kishtut? Hang on. Haidar Khan. No, we're not in Haidar Khan. No way. Well, actually, when you say that, Bank Compagnon. No, this is not the place. But let's see, that road. Excuse me. Bends. So Bank Compagnon is probably all over the place. And it says S. Wait, Este Salon. That's an Este. Okay, there is a road going in there. And that must be the roundabout. Okay. So how accurate is this then? Which should be about here. Let's see if that can give us a 5k. Nice! Ha! Totally didn't expect that. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, are we back? No, we're not. Kind of cool again. So, at least the geology is very resemblant of the one we saw. Yeah, no, I completely forgot where I was. Let's see. Here. This also is resemblant of the Khan again. But this time we're obviously down by the river. So, let's just, for the heck of it, say that we're here. In this Selyun or 4 or whatever it says. That wasn't a bad guess. Ha. Right, okay. That was kind of fun. Yeah, the score wasn't great, but it's a 5k in it. Ha. I'm quite chuffed with that. Okay. Yeah, that was... I like that. Right, okay, now let's play another round. Batken and challenge, and create a challenge, copy the link. Let's see if we can better that score. It would be nice if we could sort of hit 20k. Okay, let's scratch that. Oh, was that Panokul guy again? Or Panokul by Sergei Borishenko. And now let's see. This time we are not in that place. Not gonna trust the directions here yet, though. of the compass, but at least we got this river running under a major road. And let's say that we can trust the compass for starters. And let's start over here in Kizil Kia, which doesn't quite match. No, not at all. Well, we got this road going here along a rather major river. Major rivers. But I don't think, no, I don't think that matches. Okay, so we can go ahead over here to Kizilbulak. Or Orozbekov. No, unless... No, this is not it either. Kuldo. Now I wind up in Kalakan again, but this time we're not here. I am fairly certain of that. There isn't really a proper town center here, except down there, maybe. Could we? Could it be over here, maybe? Let's see. That very much looks like a possibility. Oh yes, indeed, look here. We got this road here fording the river. Well, I guess this road going here then is fairly new. Okay, so let's see if we can actually... actually pin this one. That's going to be a tough one. So we are... If I look straight south, we are looking about here. And then we cross these roads that aren't really on the map. Let's see the Sur. Oh, that's going to be that thing there. Sur Stadium. Stadium. That's going to be that. I think. No, that can't be right. No, it's here. Okay, so we're in Sur. And we're north of the river. Looking south of it. So we are approximately somewhere up here, I would say. Let's see if we can get our bearings on something else. Let's see, we've got that valley thing going on over there. Nope. What are these mounds? I don't think this is a cemetery, but who knows? There is something located here. It's the Eliazdin Uyu, whatever that is. Okay, looking north, we're just looking at mountains, and looking westwards, we are looking at the bend. Well, that is helpful. Let's see, so... And we no, hang on, we're looking south, and then we're looking south, we're looking straight at the bridge. Like so. Then we combine that by looking at the bend. No, that just isn't right. Gonna save it there. Okay, so that was a mislocated pin. We were definitely not above the town, but oh well. Still, that was an interesting one. Cave. Yeah, this is the... Why are all these things in this same town? I don't remember there being that many locations here in Khydarkhan. But now we're definitely inside this... No, wait a minute. Looky here. So we got the trees here, so we're definitely in this area. Oh, it's Sergei Borisenko once again. So the question is whether we are... Well, definitely in this area. We're not up high, because we're not... we could be just above where we were previously, which was... over here somewhere, wasn't it? Try that. No. Well, how does that work? It was definitely more of a drop down, but okay. I'll take my lumps. Okay, fair enough. Whoa. That's a ravine. Ooh, that is heavy going. Oh, yeah. Oof, 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 oof. That's a hike with a major hike. Northwards. I do not think we're... Let's see, who's taking this? Is someone called Muhyiddin Jursev. Okay. Never caught who did the first photo, though. But I don't think we're down here like we were previously. Because the hills, the geology doesn't look quite the same. So I'm tempted to say we're somewhere over here. Ouch, it was even further east. Yeah, well, it's gonna hurt my ambitions for 20k. We got a bridge. Okay, that could be interesting. And let's see, there's definitely mining activity going on here as well. But this time we're somewhere very different. Is that a city I see over there? No, but at least a settlement. It was a settlement sort on the river. And what does it say over here then? It says Kadamsky Rayone. Okay, so we're in the Kadamsky region. Kadamsky region. Let's see. Yeah, Kadamzhai. Okay, Kadamzhai. There we go. We're in Kadamzhai region, and it says also Aktuplak. I beg. I think it says. Imagina. Okay, so we're in the Kadamzhai, sorry, region, and in the Aktuplak district or something. And it says Koshketiniz there or something. So somewhere around Kadamjai. Or we're crossing a river into Kadamjai. What is the direction here? So we're looking northeast. River going south. North and northwest. So this is a major highway. Is it possible that we are... No, we are not here because this road is more like this. But it doesn't cross the river, so we need something that crosses the river in a very, very, very perpendicular manner. So this would fit if it wasn't for the fact that we are in a town. So this one is not going to be an easy one, is it? The road is going southwest, so it would make sense. Would make sense if we were on this road, except for the lack of a major river. I don't know how far the Kadamjai region reaches. That is also. Let's just check that thing again. So it says Kadamjai region. So how am I to read that? Yeah, this one is a bit of a puzzle. This is a major river, so it ought to be well visible on the map. As I said, it's running north, south. And that's this river. And we're crossing northeast. Well, no, this is not it. Nor are any of these crossings. And it's definitely not that. So we got river crossings, but none of them match what we're seeing. So how are we going to interpret that? Most likely that you're looking in the wrong place. Yeah, this one has to be well and truly stumped. Where on earth are we? How about this road? Well, the thing is, we don't have any massive mountains either. We got some to the south, like way to the south. Okay, let's not trust the compass. Let's not trust the compass. That does not work. Because we are... It sounds tried to say so, but we are definitely crossing the river. Like, there's no following the river, it's all crossing the river. And the thing is, we don't have any roads doing that. So here I'm just flying completely blind. Let's just say we're there. Whoa. Okay, I was not prepared for that being that far away. Of course, that makes a lot of sense. But I thought we would be a lot closer to Kadamjai. Well, shame on you. Huh. Well, of course, there was a sign that sort of pointing into Kadamjai. Looky here, this town down the river belongs to Uzbekistan. How are we going to find this one out? Are we getting ready for a wedding or something? Kind of seems like it. Well, it's opulent. Mm, okay, this will be the final round of the final game. I think we will just go for this being in Batken somewhere. And let's see. Let's see. Can we find a hotel or something? Like this. I don't think we're in a cafe. This kind of definitely looks like something that would be a hotel. Yeah, we got a few hotels. Gostevoy dom Buzara. I Giltu. How about this one? Yeah, let's try. Let's try one of the Batken Nuru Hotel. And of course, it was in Kizilkia. Could we have found it? Nur Restaurani. Oh well. We might have been able to answer. Oh, that's a huge bazaar. Ibek Bazaar. That looks like quite a place to visit. And I bet we were in the number 2 banquet hall. Oh well. that was even worse than the first playthrough. But I am going to green flag this one. Yeah, well, there's 130 locations, so it will take quite a lot of attempts to get all of them memorized. But it was fun. I liked it. I liked Batken. I might even come back to play this game sort of outside the series a couple of times. So yeah, that was Batken region, and well, not perfectly done, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm glad you're still with me here on the Tiny Dot in Space, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye bye.